With this top-end version, I received almost every possible facility and accessory which comes with a budget top-end car, so was very much satisfied, except for the touchscreen navigation system or the touchscreen LED display. It doesn't have this. It just has a USB radio player and like Bluetooth phone connection setup. Pretty good, and it has got a great Harman Kardon speakers, 4 speakers, and I think 2 tweeters as well in here. So good enough. If you're not a big audiophile, this is good enough. Much better than Maruti cars, previous Maruti cars. Now I think Maruti does also have good audio. It does come with a very good feeling, strong steering, unlike the plasticky steerings which Maruti offers. And there is a lot of feel to the steering, and you can feel the car in this steering exactly the way it is. Means you can actually feel the weight of the car with the steering, and that's something which I like. It's got audio controls in the steering. You can actually answer your phone, or if you don't want to answer it, you can cut it, and there is a volume, and you can change musical tracks, almost everything inside the steering. And there is a steering height adjuster as well in this version, so pretty good. And regarding the front panel, it's a bit plasticky for me, but well built, so obviously happy with it. Not overall, but happy with it. And there is a cigarette connector where you can plug in your chargers. I don't smoke, so I don't really need a cigarette lighter port for that purpose. There is a USB out. There is a 3.5 mm audio out. So obviously almost everything covered. And the gearbox, this is where the issue is, the gearbox. Sorry, I'll just take this bottle down back. This is which has given me the biggest problem in this car, and I had to struggle for 6 months to get it correct, and thank God Tata corrected it 5 days ago, and I was not very confident, but now it's resolved. I'm really satisfied and happy. That's why I'm making this video. So let's go straight in. What about the mechanics of this car and the drivability, the comfort levels? Many like proper car review channels in YouTube must have told you the intricate details regarding the BSP, the power, the torque, and almost everything covered. So I'm not going to do such details. I'm going to just give you my driving experience with this car. So when I started driving this car, I came straight from Zelirio, and I have a Volkswagen Vento as well. So Vento is something which I take out of town. So when speaking about this car, I'll compare it with my Celerio. Celerio was absolutely fine, except for a few things. Like I said, there's no creep mode, and because this is a sort of semi-automatic system, I would call this semi-automatic, because a proper automatic, like you have a torque converter or CVT, is completely different than the semi-automatic systems. So Maruti didn't have a creep mode, and if you're uphill, if you are in a traffic signal, uphill, or in an intervention, we do have uphill traffic signals, so that's why I'm stressing this back. If you don't hold your handbrake, raise up your handbrake properly, and if you do not know how to actually use the brake accelerator maneuver using handbrake, you're going to find you in difficult waters, because the car is going to go down in Celerio. So with this one, because since it had a creep mode, I was looking for a car which has this option and which is not a CVT converter automatic, because CVT converter automatics doesn't give you any fuel economy, and these ones, the semi-automatic ones, does give you around 5 to 6 kilometers per liter extra, and that's a big change for if you look at how many more kilometers you can munch if you compare it with many liters rather than 1 liter. So obviously, I went ahead, had a test drive, and I liked it. I booked it. I exchanged my Celerio, and this car came down. Everything was fine. I went to the highway, even if I'm going at 80, 100, 120, stable. There was no wind catching this vehicle. The weight was perfect. And in city, the steering was so light. At the same time, a lot of feel of steering. You can flick around, cut through traffic, use it like auto rickshaw. You can park anywhere. This car is so compact. Compact, but still has a lot of space for your driving, for your driver, for your co-passengers. There is a lot of space there is a lot of boot space as well. Not too much on boot space, but it's good for a compact car. So overall, after being a great package, there was a big issue, the gearbox. And the real issue with this gearbox, it was so inconsistent. It was so inconsistent that I thought I would have to sell this because there was no option. And I blame myself for getting in this, buying this car without waiting for at least 6 months to 1 year to understand whether this is successful, the automatic version, or not, rather than jumping into buying it just blindfoldedly. So basically, I had a lot of regrets, and I would say, what is wrong with this gearbox? With this gearbox, what happens is, it is very inconsistent in its automatic version. Since there are 3 options: neutral, reverse, and drive, and there is a manual option as well. Even with the manual option, the same trouble occurred, so I can't blame the auto system fully for it. It comes with 2 modes, the sports mode and the city mode. City mode is normally what you use. Sports mode makes sure that the gear is not changed as fast as the city mode, and will give a little more RPM up, and then it will change. So I didn't prefer sports mode unless I'm on a highway, and manual city mode was perfect. But with this car, when you drive in a plain road and you stop the car and you are in gear, the same gear, you just bang your brakes. You don't have to actually go loosen up your handbrake, and then the signals turn green and you take off the pedal from your brakes and you start accelerating, and this won't move. For 4 or 3 or 5 seconds, this won't move. And then if you push it down, it's not going to move, and then you can hear honking from behind, people getting crazy. So you have to take it out once and then push it back again, and then it will move. So this was happening so like when you expect it, it doesn't happen. When you don't expect it, it happens. It was on and off, and it was giving a lot of trouble. It was giving me a lot of trouble. And since this issue was getting into the drivability of the vehicle in a way that when you drive the vehicle and you just push your accelerator down a little bit more, what happens is the gear suddenly goes down. That means if you're traveling in 4 and you slightly push it, the gear goes down. Yeah, I normally understand that when you push harder, the gear will come down. But with this, even a slight push, the gear is going to go down. So that was giving me a lot of engine braking, which was not good for highway driving, and I was not liking it. So I filed a complaint with the service center, and they said, we will correct it, sir, we will look into it, sir, and all those things. Tata service centers, nice behavior, Trivandrum Motors in India. So once the service went in, and when the vehicle came back, there was no change. So thoroughly disappointed, and there was paint job which has to be done on my vehicle because of an accident caused by my an incident when I purchased this vehicle. And then what really happens is they don't do the painting as well. So I was so disturbed with Tata. I filed a complaint with Tata Motors. They come back to me, very professional. They asked me to just take it back to Trivandrum Motors. I do take it back to Trivandrum Motors, and they do say they're going to do a little bit of research on this, ask the Tata engineer to come over and do something. And they do something, and they send the vehicle back, still nothing to avail. Same thing happens. I'm so irritated again. I was wondering, what the hell, this is not going to change. So 5 days ago, there is a person called Rahul, which is a CRM of Trivandrum Motors, a Tata, service center in Kerala, Trivandrum. He says, so why don't you come over? There was one issue with the same vehicle, automatic version, and we did a software update on this, ECU software update on this, and it is resolved. Okay, so I was like, I always asked Rahul that whether this is a mechanical trouble, or whether this is software issue, and he said he wouldn't know it. So now when he says ECU update, I was a bit confused to think that I always thought this was a mechanical issue rather than an ECU software issue. So when he said it, I said, Rahul, are we sure? He said, sir, with this vehicle, when we did the software update, it did resolve, so please come in. I jumped on it and I said, I'll come, definitely come, because this is something which is perturbing me so much. I want to change it, I will come. I went in there, I sat down, 45 minutes it took for the software issue update, and now, thank God, luckily this is gone. The gear ratio changed. Even in manual mode, the vehicle is moving in such a good way. Sports mode, the gear is not getting, stuck in a singular gear for higher RPMs. The lag of this vehicle has gone down. Now you can, stay in uphill traffic signals, and the creep mode does work. The vehicle doesn't go behind. So the inconsistency is completely wiped off by this ECU update, and my driving experience is as good as a CV to auto converter automatic car, like an Nissan Micra or Suzuki Balena. So obviously now I'm so happy. That's why I thought I would make this video. I would say this ECU update and the whole package which Tata has given me with this ECU update, I would say why ECU update, because before this ECU update came in, everything was fine except the gearbox. So I was about to throw this vehicle off. Now with the ECU update, the gearbox is actually corrected. Now it's so good. It is a complete package, value for money car you're getting. The fuel economy got better because of the gearbox issues. So I'm getting more economy. There is a lot of comfort with this vehicle. The suspension of this vehicle is really good, even pothole roads or bad roads. So now for 6,56,000, I've purchased something which is very valuable, like a diamond for me now. One issue still slightly perturbs, but it's with all the compact cars. If there are 4 or 5 people in your car and the load goes up, the vehicle slightly lags, but not like it used to have any other gearbox problem. It's changed a lot now. The engine noise has come down. There is not a lot of what this Tata petrol cars does have a lot of engine noise now. After this ECU update done, it's completely gone down, and I'm so happy with this car. So this is my second review of this car. I will get more details of this car from other angles and my driving videos with this car coming later on. So what now I'm going to say is, with this software update and the support Tata Motors has provided me, I'm very happy with their service and very happy with the way they've actually followed up my trouble and resolved it. So this video is a hats off video for Tata Motors and the satisfaction I've received after getting this Tiago, and now I'm enjoying this car every bit, driving it with a lot of happiness. So guys, my big problem with the Tiago is resolved now. I'm very happy. So you guys, if you have the same trouble, if you have the same issues with Tata Tiago Automatic, please go ahead and do the software update. Thank you. Bye-bye.